Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel and happy early access, happy anniversary sale. It is finally here. It has been a long week. Hopefully you enjoyed all of my little videos and favorites and picks from the sale. This wasn't a video that I kind of planned at the beginning of the week, but it's sort of a bonus because I figured I have this palette on hand. I might as well open her up, play around with it, and come up with a look. That way it can maybe get your imagination going and you can see it in action and decide if it's something that you want to add to your list. So in the spirit of all of the amazing sets and deals for anniversary sale, I wanted to go ahead and film a get ready with me video so we can chit chat a little bit about the sale and you can see this eyeshadow quad in action. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this makeup look, just keep watching. I'm going to begin by priming my eyes, and typically I would start with my Chanel concealer, but I recently picked up this emotion proof concealer from Tom Ford, so I'm just gonna give this a little whirl. I've tried it in store, just kind of testing it under my eyes, and I loved the brightness that it gave, so I figured why not? I haven't really watched that many reviews of this, so we'll see. I know it is a little bit drier, so I'm only going to use a very small amount on my eyelids. But that way it'll just keep the color smooth and even, get rid of any little veins and redness on my eyelids, and it'll help create a nice even canvas for the eyeshadow. I've been thinking about what kind of look I want to do. I love this eyeshadow quad so much. I think there are a lot of different ways you can go. You can definitely keep it simple, but then also take it to the extreme. But I think for today we'll do something somewhat in the middle. I always kind of say that my go-to look, at least for events, is soft glam. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today. This is the palette, the white suede or white suede variant palette from Tom Ford for the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I will include some arm swatches so you can see what all of the colors look like on their own, but this is it. I think it is really beautiful, something special. If you don't already own something like this, it would be worth picking up. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with this shade right here. I'm going to take my fluffy brush and we're going to go right into this kind of medium intensity copper shade, and I'm going to start building that up in the crease. I love this big mirror that's very convenient. I really like the way this eyeshadow builds up and it's very easy to blend. And I think the concealer did a really nice job priming the eyelid, so very happy with both of these Tom Ford products. Next, I'm taking a flat shader brush and I'm going to pick up this top corner shade, which is very light. It almost has a soft, kind of muted antique gold sheen to it. It's very pretty, but definitely a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. And I'm going to put this on the inner lid. I am so excited for anniversary sale. Hopefully you guys have your wish list made, you know who you're shopping for this year, and you've kind of narrowed down your must-have items. It's such an exciting time of year. It's always very busy though, so I feel like I'm running on adrenaline the entire month because it's such a long event. I always say that it is truly a marathon, not a sprint, so try to take it easy, but of course the beginning is sort of hectic because some things will sell out. So I'd never get much sleep during anniversary sale. Next, I'm going to take, this is just sort of a traditional eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go into this gunmetal gray color right here. And I'm going to really concentrate this in the outer V, just to give depth, dimension, and a little drama. Not much, but just a little. Every year my birthday falls right smack dab in the beginning of early access, so people will always ask me, oh, it's your birthday coming up, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm working anniversary sale. Every year, it never fails, but it's always so much fun that I don't even really mind. I think if I had the day off, I would just be thinking about what was going on at work anyhow. That's when you know you love what you do. I'm just gonna soften up the crease now with my original fluffy brush. I was able to see a list this morning of the items that are most likely going to be restocked, or they're the kind of the top items that are going to be kept in stock during the sale. The Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk set was on the list, which wasn't a huge surprise for me. I sort of assumed that it would be. But the La Mer set, I think both of them, the Mini Miracles and the Soothing set, were both on there. So if that's something that's on your list and you're waiting for public sale, you should be good to go. It should still be available. And then I'm going on top of that with a blank fluffy brush just to make sure that it's nice and soft. And then using my finger, because that really is the best way to use these sparkle eyeshadows, I'm just gonna pick up this really pretty pink shimmer shade and I'm going to pop that in the center of the lid. And then blend it inward. It is so pretty. It's such a beautiful shimmer. It almost makes your eyelid look wet. It's very intense. I really did not have much fallout whatsoever. I think that's a great sign of a good eyeshadow palette. And it's also sort of the Murphy's Law, because if I had done my foundation first, I would have eyeshadow all over my face. But anytime I do my eyes first, I feel like there's never any fallout. To prime underneath my foundation, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I'm really going to take this kind of in the center of the face and then blend outward. And then for foundation, I'm also going to be using something from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to do the Magic Foundation today. I've just been on a kick with this foundation. I was using my Air Flash for the past few days, filming my videos, and my bottle is just about done, so before I open up a new one, I figured I would just go with a different foundation for now. For concealer, I'm going to be using the new Tom Ford again. And I'm excited to see how this works. This is the first time that I've ever worn this and used it doing a full face of fresh makeup. And I have the shade 2. I believe it's called Buff, since I didn't mention that before. Yeah, I think it looks really pretty. So I want to try this little guy. This is one of the smaller sizes of the Hourglass setting powder. So I'm going to see what this is like. This is supposed to be incredible. We just got an Hourglass counter at my particular Nordstrom, and I always just go over to the counter and look at everything that they have. They don't have a ton of products, like they don't have a lot of eyeshadows, and I don't know, their range is a little bit smaller than most brands, but their complexion products are always really stunning. Like the setting powders, their swirled blushes look beautiful, and I really like the lipsticks as well. Oh, and of course their foundation stick. So if you guys have any recommendations from Hourglass, throw them my way. It's a brand that I definitely want to dabble in a little bit more. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Terracotta Light No. 3 Natural Warm from Grwm. And I'm just using a giant powder brush. This is one of the huge old brushes from Chanel. So I am curious to hear from you guys what your favorite thing of the sale is. Is there something that they didn't bring back that you were disappointed in? Is there a brand that did something really special that you're excited about? So be sure to drop me a comment and keep me updated on what you are loving from the sale. I've added a highlight to my Instagram stories, so I will be doing try-ons and showcasing new products. I'll be exploring the home section, the kids section, men's. So definitely follow along on Instagram highlights if you're interested to see the cool things that I find during the sale. There's always so much stuff, and even though it is all online, it can be overwhelming to even just find stuff because you don't really know what you're looking for. There are always hidden gems. All right, so I'm nice and bronze. I'm using my liquid blush, which is always kind of funny to put my liquid on top of all of the powders, but this one just works. It doesn't really make a difference. So it's the Orgasm is the shade. It's the liquid blush from NARS. You just need a teeny tiny little bit. And I'm slowly but surely making my way through that blush, even though you really only need to use such a small amount. I use it so often that I can see the liquid starting to go down. And it's just such a pretty color, just a beautiful natural flush. And I think if I put it on the back of my hand and then swirl it around with the Duo Fiber brush before I apply it, it just makes it really soft and easy, and I don't have to worry about it messing up any of my powders or creams that I laid down beforehand. To highlight, I pulled out the Lion highlighter from Chanel. Out of all of my highlighters, so many of them are limited edition. I think this may still be on Chanel.com. If it is, of course, I will list it. But it's just a beautiful kind of rose gold highlight. It's so pretty. Beaming. I should do my brows first before I do this step, but I don't really worry about that. I'm more concerned with efficiency, and if I have the product out, I'm just gonna go ahead and knock it out. Oof, starting to get a little creasing under my eye, which is normal for me. So I'm gonna go back with my concealer brush and try to pick up that excess product. But since I'm using a new concealer, I also might have used a little bit too much. I don't know, I think I did 3 little dabs, which isn't crazy, but also I just tend to crease. Too much talking and smiling, I think. Okay. So now let's finish the eyes. I'm excited to go back into the eyeshadow palette. Ooh, somewhere I have a precision brush. Ah, yes, hidden. So I'm going to take my small little precision brush and I'm going to go into the brown shade. If I wanted to make this even darker and smokier for evening, I could go into this gray and do that underneath, at least on the outside, but it's early in the morning and I don't want it to make this too dark. So I'm going to go into this brown copper and run that underneath the lower lash line. What I love about this palette, or one of the reasons I love it, is that you can kind of easily use all 4 shades without struggling, whereas some palettes, I think they try to be too creative with the colors and you kind of think to yourself, well, how in the heck would I use all of these together? And of course you don't ever have to use all 4 shades in a quad, but I think these These have a nice kind of cohesive color story. Yeah, I like that we did the brown. It kind of keeps it warm and soft. If I were going out and this was an evening, I would maybe do the gunmetal gray underneath there. And with the pencil brush, I am going to soften that. My eyeliner and brows are now complete, so I'm taking my Le Volume Revolution mascara from Chanel, and I'm going to coat my top and bottom lashes. I'm going to do my best to build up as much volume as possible without any sort of clumping. So eyes are now complete. I'm just going to finish up with lips. And because I'm in the spirit of Nordstrom anniversary sale, I'm going to use my Pillow Talk lipstick. And I'm so excited to get my hands on one of these Pillow Talk sets so I can have the lip liner and the lip gloss. They look so pretty. Because I am a lip gloss junkie, I am going to top that off with a gloss, but I'm just going to use the Naked Gloss from Tom Ford. It's very pale on its own, so I'm gonna put a little bit in the center. Sort of blend it out. I am now back to set my face. I'm going to use this Rhodial Dragon's Blood Essence Mist. It says it's a lightweight mist with lactic acid and vitamin B. So I know it smells really great, but ooh, light mist. And that completes the look, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, enjoyed this Nordstrom anniversary sale series. Happy shopping, happy early access anniversary sale. I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend and you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave me any of your comments or your questions down below. As always, I love hearing from you guys, so drop me a comment, let me know what you think about the sale, what you're picking up, what you're loving this year, so we can keep the conversation going there. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.